Hi everyone, thanks for joining our webinar today, Achieving Process and Product Excellence with Powerful Tools. I'm Nur Salawati, I'm the Technical Support at Busy System. Busy System are independent representative Malaysia, Minitab product for Malaysia, Singapore and Batam, Indonesia. Before we begin, a few housekeeping notes. We have a Q&A session after the presentation. So please submit any question you have and we will try do our best to answer them. If have a time, if no, we will answer afterwards by email. We recommend viewing this webinar on your laptop or PC for the best result. So please fill out our survey before you exit the tab. This survey will help us to improve the quality of upcoming webinar. We record this webinar and upload to our website www.busy.com and to our YouTube channel Minitab Malaysia and Singapore. So there's no problem if you miss anything or want to review afterwards. Minitab was developed in 1970. Critical software. And then we have the Suffolk Predictive Modeler or SPM is a for machine learning and predictive analytics. So now some of the algorithm inside SPM available in Minitab statistical software, but we call that one is a predictive analytic modules. And then we have the Minitab models app. Ops, that one is something like you want to do implementation after you get the test model. So you want to see the enhancement or the powerful of your model or high accuracy or not, something that one. So you will use the Minitab model ops. And then we have the Minitab Workspace. So for today, I will focus on Minitab Workspace. And then we have others product, let's say for the something can be enhancement from the Minitab Workspace. We have the Minitab Engage where you have something like dashboard to see your progress of your project. You want to easy to share with your management side or with your teams or something that one. And then we have also education hub where is the online learning in the education hub. Actually they will provide a module something like statistical quality control. We have the basic statistic. We also have the design of experiment. We have module, let's say something that one, and then they have something dashboard like you want to see the progress of your team something. And then we have the real-time SPC. So real-time SPC is something like you connect your database, okay, with the real SPC, and then they will provide you the something control chart. So where if let's say your control chart have not stable, so they will automate or notify you by the email. So meaning to say that real-time SPC is something extension from your control chart itself. Okay. So if you interest further to know each other's products, so feel free to contact us and we can provide demo or some information on that. Okay, so today our focus is for the Minitab Workspace. For those are new with us, so that one is separated software from our flagship product, Minitab Statistical Software. So in Workspace, actually, they will consider is a powerful visual tools in one interface that you have. Maybe can you have to create and visualize your process itself. And then maybe you can organize your project nicely. So in one file, so you can consist of the tools inside in one file. And then they will have a brainstorm and identify the improvement opportunities and solution. So I think, let's say you do some control check. Okay, you have your out of control issue. So to tackle that one, so it might be something like you need to do the brainstorm. Okay, so you can do the brainstorming, let's say fishbone diagram, maybe mind map and so on. So it will be available on the Minitab Workspace. And then maybe you can allocate your root cause analysis. And then maybe from there, they will use the will be easy to make the decision. And of course, they will solve your problem. Okay, so with all your tools in one place, okay, data can be shared across the tools to work more efficiently and then identify the opportunity and understand the complex initiative. And then, of course, we will solve your problems. Okay. So actually, Minitab Workspace is not only for those related with the continuous project improvement only, but something like if let's say you're an engineer also can use the Minitab Workspace since we are a lot of template inside there. And then if let's say you are coming from the research and development, maybe from the sales department, the team, marketing team, and maybe it's something like HR itself, human resource itself. So that one is we since we have this kind of the tools available in Minitab Workspace, they want something like templates. So for those are coming from the process improvement, something like you want do the fishbone diagram, you want to do the flow chart. Basically, maybe you use the mm, let's say the PowerPoint side or something that one. So after do the something, you do the Pareto chart, came back to the Excel. So you have a lot of application you use for one project. But in the workspace, they available in the one software. So you can able to use fishbone diagram, you will able to use the Pareto chart. Okay, can use the FMEA, your SciPod, your kernel analysis, and so on. And then, of course, if let's say you're coming from the lean, okay, for those are always use the VSM, something that one value stream map. You want to see your Kaizen your Kaizen. You want to identify your Kaizen burst. You have for your current, you have your future. So you want to compare by the line, balance, and so on. So we have that template inside there. And then, of course, you want to see on the house of quality, okay, matrices, you put the Kano analysis, your model. And then, of course, we also have the something like, if let's say coming from the product management, you always do the Gantt chart. So we have a template inside the Minitab Workspace for the Gantt chart, minute meeting, and so on. So we also provide something like project inside there. So we will show after this. Okay. So for example, here we have something example. We try propose for our something like, okay, we go for the supplier change. Okay. So you can see in the supplier chain, maybe you want to see on the risk mitigation plan. So you will show the happening when the failure is a do. Okay. Maybe you want to use the process map itself, and after that you want to use the brainstorm, or you are coming from the HR itself. You want to create the organization chart. You want to have the board map, your journey map, your career growth, or maybe you coming from the marketing side. Okay, so you want to see on the something, the priority of your customer satisfaction, customer complaint, or something that one you want to see on that. So you have the SWOT analysis. Okay, we have the SciPod, we have the Kano models, and so on. So in one company, in many department, you can use the workspace. Okay. Okay, so inside the workspace, actually, they provide you the process map. So maybe process map will help you to understand more and then want to communicate your activity or the step in the process. So consist of the step, combination of the step, you will get the process map. Okay, so most of our activity or the project we start basically with the process map. Okay, from the step one, for example, you want to bake the baking a pie, okay, baking a cake, something that one, you need to have your ingredients. You mix that your ingredients, okay, you put into the tray, and then after that you need to bake on the oven. After that, you repacking, and after that you ship to the others bakery or something, supermarket and so on. So the one is a sequence or combination of the step will provide the process map. But for those are something you want to see the complicated one or the straight line, okay, so maybe you want to put additional information, so we can go for the advanced ones. We call it, that one is a value stream map. Okay, so it's something like process map, but you consider is a value added and non-value added inside the VSM itself. Maybe it will generate a product or service required to meet your customer needs. So from your customer, okay, so you place the order, okay, up to the your provider. Okay, after you provider get your material, so you do the some step here. Okay, so you need to cut the apple. After you cut the apple, maybe you want to produce the pie, apple pie. Okay, so so you get the cutting the apples, you fill in the apple pie, and then after that you shape, and then you bake. After that you ship to your customer. So you see on the flow of your product, or flow between your customer and your manufacturer itself. Okay. And then after that, they provide you tools. Let's say the brainstorm, just now I will show it. So we have something like uh, kind of the brainstorm available in a Minitab Workspace. And then of course, we have some form, okay, for those find out FMEA, okay, related work with the PMFMEA, FMEA, cause and effect diagram, your matrices, your 5Y, your SciPop, and so on. That when you consider that is the forms inside the Minitab workspace. And then we provide the analysis capture. Okay, for those do the some control chart actually. So you what kind of the input you need to do include into your report. So in the analysis capture, they provide you some information you must look into the report from the Minitab statistical software itself. So you can directly import your output into this Minitab workspace. Okay. And then of course, for those want to something extend their data analysis, but after they provide some good process, okay, you already do the prediction, you optimize your process, so you want to see some simulation. But so in the Minitab workspace, we offer for the multi-color simulation, where you can use the randomly sampling to stimulate the data for a given model. So maybe model from your regression itself, from your DOE, so you can stimulate and then you can optimize it. So something like, okay, for this input, you want to range between 0 to 10. So what happened to your output? So something that one, you looking on that one, so you use the multicolor simulation part. Okay, so all this available in Minitab Workspace. Okay. So in this something like your tips or something information. Okay. So before I go to the Minitab Workspace, so something like you can see this workspace is something you can get organized, and then you will see the standardized. Okay, for example, it's something like simple issue, your form is not standardized, but something you want to re-edit back your form to be the good, in this one standardized is not so easy. Okay, it's something like take some time to do that. So in the Minitab Workspace, you will see on the standardized, you can see on the standardized. And then of course, we try build the tools. Okay, something like we have a roadmap. So DMIC, PDCA, PPAP, something that one project continuous improvement. So we try put them into the pace, but of course you can customize it, just give you the information, something like one. And then after that, you can get the data sharing between the tools itself, between the process map, from your process map. Okay, you identify which one is the process you need to look. And then after that, you identify your X and Y, your input, your output. After that, you want to brainstorm them. Okay, find out more. Okay, after that, maybe you want to solve it, or you want to see summarize them into FMEA, something cause and effect diagram, and so on. So they will share information between the tools inside one project file. Okay, and then of course they will connect with the Minitab statistical software, so you can see directly. Okay, so after this webinar, for those who have a Minitab statistical software, you create your graph, for example, you right click and then you can see send to the workspace. So for those who have a workspace, so they no need to copy and paste it and open the Minitab workspace. No need, you just need send to the workspace. So they will send to you into the workspace. Okay, so let's see, we see on this workspace. Okay, so I try. Okay, when you open the Minitab workspace, so you will see the default like that one. Okay, the interface of the workspace. Okay, so you can see in the new, okay, you can maybe you could go for the open. Okay, so you can open your recently or previous project you already put. Since Minitab Workspace is desktop version, all the thing will save into your local D. Okay, your local drive. So if let's say you have OneDrive, something that one, so you need to connect with your OneDrive to save all your project. Okay, for this, by the default, I just save in our desktop or locally in my laptop. Okay, so go for the new. Okay, into the new. Okay, that one is a flexible for you. Okay, as we know, when we create the project, so for example, you create the PDCA, okay, plan, do, check, and action. So maybe during the plan phases, maybe you want to start with the SIPOC, okay? Maybe you want to start with the VOC, or maybe you want to start with the process map. Okay, so different project, different philosophy, you have a different tools inside that state, the pace of the project. Okay, so for example, you want to start your project with the single tools only. So you just go for the tools and then you will see process map, your Monte Carlo simulation, your VSM, and so on. Or maybe you can see on the full list of the tools. Okay, so you can search it on this one. For example, PFMEA. Okay, process FMEA. So you just enter it. So you will see on this one. Or maybe you don't want open the Minitab Workspace as the tools, but you want to open Minitab Workspace as the project file. So I just create with the DMIC, define, measure, analyze, control. Okay, improve and control. So I just go for this project. So you can go for the project. Okay, you will see. So we see on the DMIC project. In the when you choose as a roadmap in the DMIC project, for example here, so you have the roadmap, and then you see we have define your project and the scope. Maybe you go for the second pages is a measure. So inside of this page, they provide you the tools. Okay, for example, your CTQ, your SIPOC, your and so on. But no worries, they will have a customizing on this one. So for example, you don't want CTQ3, you just click and then you can delete it. Okay, so here's it. And then you want to open the sideboard. So they will open the sideboard. Okay, so they provide you the template inside there. And then maybe you want to see, you don't want to see on the process map inside the root map. You just can move it to the other spaces. Or maybe you want to rename it this one. So not the one attribute agreement is inside the measurement. So right click, you want to rename. Okay, for example, just double A, something that one. Okay, so you can customize it on this, all this information. And of course, when you open your uh, project as a roadmap, okay, they provide you the management section. Okay, it will be good. Okay, it will be good since, for example, go for the project 2 days. Okay, I want to start the started okay, the start the date. Okay, I start the date for today is 16 November, and then our due date maybe another 2 weeks. Okay, and then you can go for the project charter. So you will see they have a information. They share the information inside the management section. So maybe for those are something like you want to go back to the 2 days, so you go for the project leaders. Okay, for example here. Okay, so your DMC so already put here, so you can share the information. So no need go one by one template. So you just go for that template, and then of course you can share with the other tools. Okay, in the management section here. Okay. So for this, already done it. And then you see, there were a simple one. So of course, we have the menu bar, we have the toolbar. Okay, we have the menu bar, we have the toolbar. Okay, so for this interface. And then of course, for something like I try with the process map. Okay, I open the process map. Okay, so inside the process map, you can see the others, we call it the task pane. Okay, so in the task pane, actually they provide you the variables name. You want to put the variables name, you want to put the process, and then maybe you have some link, your cycle time, your value added, your non-value added. So you have something that one, so you can put the information inside into this task pane. If let's say you don't want, you just unclick. So you want, you click on this one. And then of course, that one does not limit to the cycle time. Maybe you have the others information you want to look, so you just add more information or data field on this side. Okay. Okay, let's try with the simple one. Okay, I will open one. Okay, I open one single. I will open the single process map. Okay, so I will try, want to show you the data sharing between them. Okay, so I go for the process map. Okay, so the simple process map. Of course, you can create with the what you already use now, but I want to show the icon of this one. Okay, since the process map, they provide you this icon. Okay, the basic shape on this. So for example, you want to start your process. Okay, so you just drag on this one, double click, and then you just put your name of your process. Okay, for example, the next one, maybe you want to see on the decision. So you just throw down decision, maybe you go for the process, maybe you want to end your process. Okay, or maybe you can see the multiple insert here. Okay, so maybe you want to put the process. Okay, so process here, another process here. Okay, so maybe you want to connect them, or maybe you can connect on this one. Okay, so I have a flexibility on this. So the one multi-insert, you just put what's the process A, process B maybe. So your end of your process here can be your process C, maybe can be your D, and then maybe you want to see on the decision, and then of course you want to see on this one, and then on this. Okay. So no worries for researcher on this. You just drag, select all this one. Okay, you can see the alignment. So you can go for the alignment middles, or maybe you want to see on the alignment on this case, right click, and then you can center. So of course this one, so you can get on this alignment middles, or maybe you want to put another, put here. Okay, so on this, so you can drag, draw. Okay, so it will depends on you, your preference on this. Okay, so maybe you can go it, and then of course you can formatting. Okay, you can rename, you can color it, your line and so on. So you can see on this, for example, your start, maybe you want to fill like green color. Okay, your process, your decision. Okay, right click, maybe you want to see on the formatting. Okay, your fill. Okay, your coloring, maybe purple color and so on. So you won't see right click. So also available on this. After you do the some process, okay, process A, process B. So in your process, maybe okay, some you can put your input variables or your output variables. Okay, for example, for process B, okay, you want to insert your X variables. For this case, we try with the new one. Okay, X variables. So put here is maybe temperature. It will be at your X, your input variables. Maybe your type will be controllable, and then your temperature is a continuous. And then you click OK. Maybe you want to put another, put here, maybe it's a time. Okay, time to consider is controllable, and then your data type will be continuous. Maybe you have information for the potential or so on, so you can put on this information. Click OK, and then maybe in this process also, you also already identify your variables, your output variables. Maybe for this case, try with the strength. Okay, and then the data type, we go for the continuous, and then click OK. So now you already put your X variables and your Y variables in this process. Okay, maybe you want to put another process also, can put on this. Okay, so maybe you can go for the new, okay, for this maybe construction. Okay, so maybe your type is controllable, your data type maybe is continuous. Okay, so your Y here maybe can be a rating. Okay, so maybe it can be an attribute. Okay, so all this you can put on this information. So maybe for the D, so you can put the new and so on. So after you do the process map, maybe you want to drill down of this, your strength, okay, your temperature, and then your time. So you want to put together, maybe you drill down with the, go for the insert. Maybe you want to see on the fishbone. Okay, you want to brainstorm. Okay, so you go for the fishbone. In the fishbone, actually, they provide you the 4S, okay, your supplier system, your surrounding, your scale, or 8P, your procedure, policy, and so on. Maybe you can go for the fishbone, cause and effect diagram, or maybe you can go for the machine and material. So for this, get try with the fishbone, and then we create with the cause and effect diagram. So already put on this one. So for, of course, you just only put the effect. Okay, maybe you want to type on this one, the strength. Okay, and then you want to insert the affinity. Okay, you just go for the insert, and then maybe you affinity. So you want to insert the sibling on this affinity. So for the sibling, so on this affinity, maybe you want to put the child. Okay, so you can put the child on this, or maybe you don't want directly put type on this one, but you can put, you can type on this. Okay, type. Okay, for example here, you type the price. Okay, and then enter. Maybe height. low. Okay, so what you can put on anything on this one, or maybe your price can be your first affinity, and then maybe high and low. Okay, you can go for the right. So for this right window, of course you can import your X variable here. So just now in the process map, you already put the input and output. So you want to use the same input and output. So you go for this one, you just import your X variables here. Okay. So Minitab Workspace will provide on this. You want to check all, and then you click OK. So now you will get the X input variable from the process map just now. So you just use it on this. And then maybe this one for this construction. So if let's say you don't want on this, right click. Okay, right click, you can delete. Okay, so delete all. So this one is some information. Okay, so no. So they will ask you about this. And then maybe you want to see on the something like priority. Okay, so you want to make it, this one is a priority one. Okay, so for this, maybe can be a priority 2. Okay, so they will put the which one is the most important here based on your priority. And then of course, from this one also, they can make it, okay, the new variables here. So in the brainstorm also, they will make a X variables here. Okay, so they we can make it the X variable. So meaning to say you already put another information. So after this, okay, after this you want to see the others form. Okay, to see the others form. For example, after you do the fishbone diagram, okay, after you do the fishbone diagram, you want to follow by the FMEA, okay, or cause and effect diagram. Or maybe you want to back to something like related with the process itself, okay, you go back to the VSM and so on. So you can use the information, okay. So this, as we know, fishbone have a lot of type, okay. So for example, you don't want to see on this kind of this layout. So maybe you go for the type. Maybe you want to see on the idea map. Okay, they will change you type. Maybe you can go for the mind map, or maybe you can go for the city tree. So they will use on this. And of course, you can use the comment, you can put some information on this. Okay, and okay, after you do the some brainstorm, identify the cause and effect, maybe you want to drill down your information, your project. So with the others one, go for the insert, and then maybe we go for the form. Okay, so go for the form. Okay, for example, you want to see on the PFMEA, okay, process F. So we, in the Minitab Workspace, we already put the new template for the AIG standard. Okay, for those put the AIG standard, or maybe you can go for the process. So for this, I try with this PMFEA. So you just create on this. So we see on this PFMEA, okay. So for this step, okay, you already see the process map, and then FMEA is something like you want to calculate the RPM. Okay, so we have the formula inside the RPM. And another thing for the form, if let's say this one is the first time you see it, okay, what I mean by the FMEA, okay, so how to run it, how to calculate and so on, and how to that one. So you can go for the instruction. So in the workspace for the all the form, okay, they will provide you the purpose of this form. Okay, so for example, for this case, to identify the cause of failure and evaluate the risk associated with the each causes. And then they provide you the step. So for example, here process map, how to get the information for to process map. Okay, we have the potential, we have this one, and then of course we have the RPM here. Okay, so to product of the SCV, OCC, DAT, so we have the RPM. So multiplication of this SCV, OCC, DAT, we get the RPM. So no need to calculate. Minitab Workspace will calculate for you. Okay, but you need to provide the information on this. Okay, for example here, okay, for this table, so you can go for this, you can add, okay, below or something like one, or maybe you can directly to this. You can see, we call it, this one is quickly fill out. So you already put your, maybe go for the process B. Okay, so your key input here, maybe go for the temperature. Okay, so maybe potential failure mode, something new. Okay, so you put to hide. Maybe part destroyed. Okay, your CEV, maybe you put 3. Okay, your potential causes, maybe lack of training. UCC, maybe 4. Okay, your current control, and then maybe your DAT is 3. So now you will get your RPM. Something 3 multiplied by 4, multiplied by 3, so you will get the RPM. So for this, and for next, you can want to insert to add the formula. Do we see with the values? Maybe the same same the process map temperature, okay, but different potential mode here, okay, not hot enough, okay, need to reward. So if let's say the same, so you just put on this one to maybe put 5. I just put any numbers only. Okay, so I want to show you on this. Okay, after that, maybe you want to put another add rows, okay, with value, okay, with different back to this one. Maybe you have another yield. Okay, so you have this to hide. Okay, maybe here danger. Okay, the new thing, danger to workers, and so on. So they provide you this one. So no need do one by one. Okay, you can share your information between these two. Okay, so for example, you want to insert analysis capture. So go for the analysis capture. So maybe for example here, last time we go for the regression, maybe. Okay, regression analysis. You just create the regression analysis. Okay, so in the regression analysis, to put the analysis part here. Okay, so you can, from your Minitab statistical software, you right click, copy and paste it onto this one, this information. Or maybe you can go for the insert, I think search, go for the control chart. Okay, for the control chart and create control this information. So you can put all this information onto this report. Okay, so you have your UCL, your graphical, okay, your description and so on. So you can do some reporting on this one before you share with your teams and so on. And then, of course, you can insert the project Minitab file. So after you run the FMEA, you see the highest value of the RPM, okay, on this temperature. Okay, so in this temperature, you collect the data set. Okay, after you identify this temperature, the most important input into your problem. So from there, you collect the temperature data set. So once you collect the temperature data set, you want to do analyze. So you just go for the insert. You can attach your Minitab project file, or you can create the Minitab project file inside this project. Okay, so you can go for the Minitab project file. Okay, so you will open the Minitab project files, and then you can insert the data set inside there. Okay, or you can attach the related document. For example, you have some words report, something like one, so you can attach together with this one. Okay, can attach together with this. Okay, so you, after you put here, okay, temperature, okay, maybe 23, 24, 26, and so on. Okay, so you just close it. Yes. Okay, so now after you open this data set, so no need to open and find where they save it, your Minitab project file. So they save in this project. So you just open it and then maybe continue your analysis part. Okay, so another tools available in Minitab Workspace is something like multi-color simulation. So you want to do some multi-color simulation, your optimization, your simulation part. You just go for the insert, go for multi-color simulation. Okay, so after you do some regression, your DOE, you have a models. Okay, you have the models. You just can import from the Minitab, or you can put your model inside here. For example, here maybe you want to put the yield. Okay, PR your wow. Okay, your equation maybe 23rd your temperature. Okay, plus with this time. Okay, so here you put your temperature. Okay, you need to know your distribution. What is the distribution? Relevant to your temperature. So your mean here, 5 maybe centimeter 0. Okay, so add additional time here. Okay, so you put your normal. Here is maybe 4. Here is maybe 0.5. Okay, so you need to identify your distribution. And then you have this one. Yield this one. So you see the previews on this. And another one. And then you, how many iteration you want, and then you can simulate on this by the default only. So after you simulate, you provide this information, your summary, okay? And then you want to something, you want to see on the specification limit for each test one, you can go for this spec limit on this. Maybe for example here, 400, okay? Sorry, this one is maybe lower, 200. Here is a 400. Okay, you change your data limit. Yes. Okay, you will get the CPCPK, you will get in term percentage on this one. So when you move or you change to your spec limit to how many range, okay, you want, or you want to maximize it, or you want to minimize it, your Y, so you will get on the CPCPK here, or maybe you want to minimize your parameter. For this case, you want to minimize your temperature, or you want to minimize your time. Okay, for example, here, maybe you want to put 1. Okay, your height is 10. Here, maybe you want to put your time is a 1. Your height is a 15. So you optimize your parameter. Sorry, 7. Okay, so you can put on this. You optimize it. So they will provide you the CPCPK value and your percentage of round spec. Okay. So you will see on this one. So the new setting here put, so what is a value for your, you want to go for this one. Okay. So you will see under your CPCPK value. So you can manipulate before you run the real one. Okay. So this one is the simulation part. So in the workspace, actually, they provide you the template, a lot of template inside there. So for example, your process map itself, you can create your process map. You can go for the fishbone, maybe your form, FMEA, your analysis part, and then maybe you can go for the simulation part. Okay. So another thing, maybe you want to see on the complicated, not the advanced, not the complicated, it will be see the advanced. So something like value stream map. Okay, you want to see on the Kaizenberg's your future, your current situation with compare with your future situation. So for this, I already create the VSM. Okay, so just I open this current. Okay, so the open. So the same, you how to create, go for the insert, you go for the value stream map. On this free stream map, they provide you the actual one. Okay, so this one is from the scratch. Okay, and then here is to provide you the 4 process, and then they provide you template for the 7 process. For example, I go for the 4 process and just create on the 4 process. Okay, so you will see they provide you the inventory, your process, your distribution, your control here, your customer here. For example, here, this one is something like process A, okay, process B, process C, and then maybe the shipping here. So in the process A, you have the information, okay, you have your cycle time, 20 minutes, okay, your value added here maybe 10 minutes, your non-value added here is at 10 minutes, okay, how many operator you have, okay, how many operator you have, so you will provide on this. And then for this, also for the B, okay, your cycle time maybe 30 minutes, your value added is 20, 30, okay, maybe it's 7. And then for this cycle time, maybe 40 minutes. Your value added 20. Here is maybe 20. For the shipping, maybe your cycle time, 60 minutes. Here it can be this one. So you can see on this, and then they provide you the total CTQ. So it also Minitab Workspace will calculate for you. Okay. For example, here your okay, your inventory, your process. Okay. So you will calculate for you on this. Okay. For example, here I have this one. Okay. So for example, I want to create the pie. Okay. Apple pie baking process. So prompt the customer. Okay, customer order the pie, and then after that they will order control. They will order the apple, and then after that the apple distribute their apple, and then the manufacturer get the apple. Okay, so once they get the apple, they cut the apples. They make the pie filling, and then after that they fill the pies, and then after that they bake the fries, and then they ship the pies and go back to the customer. Okay, so every day, every month, they need to create the 100 pieces of customer demand, and then they provide the tech time will be 96 minutes for this. Okay, so all this information, you put all this information, and then Minitab will calculate for you. So for example, in minutes, maybe you want to change to others, the days. Okay, so maybe you want to hours. Okay, you to change to hours, so they will change to the hours also for this. And then of course, you from the future, from the current, you put the, maybe you identify the improvement area here. So once you improve here, so you have the future one. Okay, so you want to compare between the current and future, or maybe in term you want to see the what if analysis. Okay, what if analysis. So maybe you can go back to the insert, go back to the form. Okay, so maybe you would see the VSM. Okay, form. Okay, we have the line balance. Okay, so we have the line balancing, or maybe you want to see the lean comparison. Okay, the lean metric comparison. So you will see on this. Okay. So the line balance, for example. So you just click on the line balance. So from here, you see on this table just now, same as a PFMEA. So you just put the information like this one. Okay. For example, you want to put on this page. Okay. You click OK. So this cycle time, they will provide from the current service here. Okay. So what you insert on this one. So they will, in the line balance template, they provide on this. Okay. And then maybe you want to put another. Okay. Selecting existing. You can put on this. Click OK. So they provide you this information. Your time, your what if analysis, you want to compare. Okay, maybe for this one, once you compare it, so they will have this information. Okay, so then no need to create, they will already put on this, just insert the information in here. So to insert information, so of course they will provide you this one. And then all the form actually can customize it. So you can see, you open this one, for example, for this form. So you go for design. Okay, so you go for design. You see in the design mode, you can insert the formulas, insert the another information you want. Okay, for example, you want to see the picture. Okay, I want to input the basic. Okay, the basic. Okay, so you open it, this one. Okay, so maybe you can customize it. Okay. Okay, so you want to open it, and then after you certify, you just fill out. So you will see. So all the customization on this form, you will get, and then you can do based on your preference. So you will see on this, all the form or the form. And then for example here, okay, go back to the design. Okay, you don't want to see on this project name. You want to see to others, maybe is the value of project or something like, maybe you want to see on the number of project. Okay, so you just double click on this one. You want to see connect which data field. What is data field you want to connect? Okay, so no need to do some but maybe we have a lot time for the first time using. After you have a standardized form, so after that we can share with your team and so on. Okay, so you can connect with this formatting, you can get for some features available on this one. So for information, you can put your text box, your formulas, okay, your chatbot, your listing, your data picker, your memo, your rich text, and so on into this form. Okay, you can put into this form. And of course, okay, for example, you already put your VSM. Okay, you just can right click. Okay, you can export to PDF file, or maybe you can send to the words to the report. Maybe you want to send to the PowerPoint to do the presentation. Okay, some others tools, something like Kano to something that calculation, so you can import into the CSV file. So you just go for the right click, export to it, or maybe you can go for the file. Okay, you can save it or export onto this one. Okay, so for those have a calculation or data set inside there, you can create PDF, or maybe you can create the CSV file. Okay, so it depends on you. So you can export, you can import it, you can save it, this file. So save the same. So you just go for the file, save. Okay, so it will save on to where you save it. Okay, could you go for the option? So your file location here. So you want to save where you want to save it, or maybe you have the OneDrive, so you can just only save on this one. But only for those have Workspace can open your project file. So that's why for those are not have the workspace, maybe you can share with you need to export to a PDF file or some words, okay, to open the VSM, for example, to open the process map, for example, and so on. Okay, you can import, you can create a suite, you can send to the office. And then, of course, okay, so if let's say you have a question on this one. Okay, we have one question here. Okay, we have the good question here. We have a workspace only applicable for Minitab version 21, right? No, if let's say okay, for example, if let's say we update Minitab, I think after that we always update the workspace, or maybe workspace updated, Minitab will be update on that. Okay, so it's a parallel on this one. Okay, but no worries, in the Minitab workspace. So I will open the Minitab workspace back. Okay, you can see the version. Okay, the version of the Minitab workspace also. Okay, so you can go for the file. Okay, so you can see the hub. You can see on this one. Okay, once you install the desktop, you can see check for update. Okay, so you can check for the update. So the update version, maybe just only you want to send directly from Minitab to the workspace. But if let's say you have the old version of the Minitab, maybe you can go for the right click, you then cannot see the send to the workspace. Okay, so that one is the old version of the Minitab. But no worries, you still can use in the workspace. You just right click, copy that output to paste, and then paste it to the workspace. So you can see we have the product version here. So same scope for the Minitab certificate software. You go for the hub, and then you can see for the update here. So check for the update. So I think 1.4.2 is the new ones. Okay, the latest one for this. Okay, we have another question here. Okay, as I mentioned, Minitab Workspace it's separated with the Minitab certificate software. Okay, so you open the Minitab certificate software, you're not able to see the Minitab Workspace. Okay. Okay, I will send the recording session of this after this. And maybe you want to, you can see on our YouTube channel to see back to this recording. Okay. Any other question related with this one? This workspace. It will helpful more on this project file. If let's say you're running your project, so Minitab Workspace will be the best choice after you do the data analysis in the Minitab statistical software in comparison. Okay. So for those I want to try it, okay, we have the free trial version. So I go back to this one. I open this one. So maybe you need to see some information input information and share into the web chat. Okay, the link to get the trial version. Okay, for 30 days. Okay, hopefully you can try it. Okay. So the fee, I think we pass it to the sales to get the best result, the best answer for the fee on this licensing workspace. Okay, so hopefully you can try it. Try with the free version for 30 minutes. 30 days to see the enhancement or something like maybe it will solve your problem. okay, for the Minitab Workspace. So if let's say you already use or tried the version, okay, if let's say you have a question, so back to me, okay, so you can email to me, okay, nor.sulawati@bizis.com. Any other question? Okay. So if let's say no question, so I ended this webinar. So thank you for your time and attention. To learn more about Minitab, please contact us by visit our website www.minitab.com or www.bizet.com or email to us sales@bizet.com or minitab@bizet.com to get some tips and tricks on our Minitab product. Okay, please follow us through media social like Facebook and link at Minitab Malaysia and Singapore. To access back our previous webinar, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Minitab Malaysia and Singapore. So really appreciate if you fill out our survey in order to enhance our webinar session. So maybe see you next time with the different topic and happy learning.